Hi guys, my name is Ann Karanja. I live in Texas. I'm hiding in the bathroom because I don't want my 3-year-old to find me here and interrupt me when I'm doing this video. But I just want to talk about living with our African parents. You know, they come to visit you, from Africa, and then we live with them in the diaspora and the challenges we face. We love our parents. They raised us, the best they could. But also they're not the easiest people to live with. Our parents always take us like we are kids, forever kids, which we are, but at the same time you find that most of our parents, not all of them, but most of them, when they come here, we end up having a lot of conflicts because it's just the change in culture. Most of them is the change in culture because of course, when you come here, if you migrate from Africa to here, most of the time you have to change the way you do a lot of things. You have to change your mind, you have to change the way you handle things because you have to adapt to this new life. Most of us came here when we were very young. We haven't had to live with our parents for so long. We have had to live by ourselves here. We have had to learn how to survive in this country, adapt new lifestyle, adapt new way of thinking. So when our parents come here, they expect us to be the same person we were back at home, and that's not possible. That's not even realistic. I mean, some people have lived here 10, 5, 20 years. How can you be the same person you were in Africa? It's impossible. So you find that our parents will start saying, oh, we've changed and we're not the same person we used to be. They take it negatively, and then you end up having a lot of conflicts. Sorry guys, I just washed my hair, so my hair is dripping water. But you find that you just don't get along because they expect you to do things the African way, and it's not gonna work, and they don't want to change and adapt to the new life here. Especially one of the major conflicts, and I know some of you guys can agree, is parenting. The way we raise our children. I mean, kids in America, they're very expressive. They speak their mind. They say what's in their mind, which is awesome. In this country, you have to speak your mind. You have to speak up. Otherwise, you're gonna be bullied. You're gonna be discriminated if you don't know how to speak for yourself. So when the kids even go to school, they are taught that by their teachers. Speak up. So when they, that's how our kids are. When our parents are here, they are like, oh, you guys have spoiled your kids. They speak however they want. They are not respectful. Our parents take everything personal. Everything personal. A child says something, oh, this child is being rude. This child is being, she's not listening. She's not this. He's not that. And at the end of the day, you as a parent, you're like, okay, am I going to defend my kids or I'm going to defend you? It becomes so challenging and difficult, and you find that most people fall off with their parents, because our parents are very criticizing. They will criticize every single thing. Sometimes it's just hard to please them. You can do anything for your parent and they will always find something to complain about. Guys, if you can relate, please comment down below. I cannot be the only one going through this, and looking back, growing up back at home in Africa, as a child, you had no say. Kids were to be seen and not heard. You couldn't say anything. Like, you open your mouth, say anything, you will get a beating or some words, and it really affected a lot of people because, like, you find that it interfered with our self-esteem, our self-confidence. Most of us had a problem believing in ourselves. Even when we moved to this country, you will find that people will go to workplaces, African people, they will be talked to any kind of way, they will be bullied, they can't speak up. Or you're in school, you're in class, you have something to say, but you can't even say it because you doubt yourself so much and you don't even have self-confidence to speak up for anything, because that's how we were raised. You can't talk. And it's just sad. Some of us have had to redo all that thinking and get rid of those cultural shackles to even just move forward as a person. Or you find most people get into relationship, they can't even speak up their wants and needs, or when things are going wrong, because of what? We were not taught that. We were not taught that. And we're trying to change the way we're raising our kids, teach them something different. Speak up, be respectful, but speak up your mind. Say what's going on. If someone abused you or something, say something. Most people were abused when they were young. They couldn't even tell their parents. Where were the parents anyway? They were busy looking for money. They didn't have time to emotionally raise us. It was all about, did you eat? You went to school? Okay, go to sleep. They don't care how your day was, who beat you up, what did the house help do, what did your cousin do. They have no time for that. So our parents expect us to raise our kids that way. It's impossible. It's impossible. So you find that most of the time we just get in a lot of conflict. And then something else, guys. Oh my God. There is no convincing them otherwise. It's their way or the highway. And if you say something, oh, you're being rude, you have changed. You cannot convince our parents anything. They're stuck in their ways. So how do we live like that? Let's say your parents have come to visit you in your own home. Now you feel uncomfortable in your own home because some of our parents, they'll be yelling and shouting over here in front of your kids and your husband. Like they talk to you like you're little kids. And you're like, really? What is... Guys, I don't know. Can you guys just tell me your experiences living with your parents here? It's not all of them, but they're very helpful. They help us with your parents come here, they help you, and they help with the kids. But there's just the other side where you're like, hey, we have to come to an agreement. I'm a grown-up now, I'm an adult, and as much as you're my parents, I respect you, but you have to respect me too. Because we are adults now. You can't talk to me the way you used to talk to me when I was a little girl. I'm grown, I have my own children. We have to have some mutual understanding. And it's high time we have to speak up and tell our parents. I feel like some of us, even as adults, we can't tell our parents anything. Your parents can call you all sorts of names, criticize everything you do. And I know some of us, we do a lot for our families. You always sending money, you always trying to resolve problems. They give you all these responsibilities that you didn't even call for, and they're still not grateful. They're still not grateful for anything you do. Sometimes it's just sad. It's sad because you're like, okay, what can I even do to please you? And then you find that sometimes you just see some characters in yourself that just reflects your parent, that just reflects your parent, and you're like, I don't want to be like this, but I'm ending up like this, so what do I do? So guys, I'll just advise you, go to therapy if you can. Just set your boundaries. Excuse me. And don't let your parent bully you as old as you are, because some of our parents can be bullies. It's the truth. is the truth of the matter, because there's some things they can say, you're like, really? Are you even my parent? Why are you even saying that? And some of them have a lot of anger issues because of how they live their life, you know. Most of our parents had abusive marriages, you know, for so long. It really affected their soul. Like, it's just in them, you know. Someone is like 60 years old, they had to endure 20 years of abusive marriage. That person is damaged, is broken. Most of our parents are so broken. And even if you tell them that, they will never accept it. They will never go for help. And now that brokenness, that bitterness just oozes out. You know, it comes out with words, and then they pour it out to us. And you are trying to be different for your kids and your generation, but you find that you deal with your parents and they just keep affecting you, you know. But at some point, guys, we just have to, I don't know, we have to put boundaries. It will strain the relationship. They will say all things they want to say, but for your peace of mind, for your kids, you have to. We love our parents, they raised us, they sacrificed so much for us, but that does not give them the right to make our life difficult when we are grown, you know. They had to do what they had to do, just like we have to do what we have to do to survive, to raise our kids. And I feel like they should be able to respect that. You're running your own race, you're gonna make your own mistakes, you're gonna learn from your own mistakes, but our parents should always criticize the way we do things, because you're learning. As a person, you're learning with your own experience. So guys, I just had to get that out of my mind. And I'm sure so many can relate, because our parents, when they come to visit from diaspora, most of the time is not a bed of roses. Comment down below, tell me about your experience, tell me what you did to resolve it, and what you're doing to keep your peace of mind and not ruin your relationship with your parents. And even if it's ruined, how you just live with it and forgive yourself. Try to forgive them, which is sometimes difficult, because some of our parents can say things you're like, I don't want nothing to do with you, you know. You're my mom, you're my dad, but you can't say such things to me. You're affecting me, you know. This is someone supposed to love you, support you, you know, pray for you. But sometimes your parents say things you're like, are you serious? Did you even have to say that? What's hurt? What's hurt? They cannot spank you right now, beat you up. So the only thing they can do is use such powerful words, and you're like, wow, okay, you know. Guys, if you can relate, let me know, you know. But let's speak up. Let's teach our kids to speak up. Let's be more accommodating to our children, even when they tell us things and criticize us. Let's be accepting of it, you know. My daughter will come and tell me things, and I'm like, okay, it hurts, but at least she can tell me that, you know. And I pray to God to give me the grace to accept it. And I want to be a more supportive parent to my kids when they're grown. I pray to God, help me that. I don't want to repeat the same thing our parents did, you know. And we're working so hard to break some of those cycles that have been holding us back, that have stopped us from living the big life that God made for us, because of how our childhood traumas affected us, because of what our parents made us to experience. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Share your comments, what you think about the topic, and let's stay positive. Let's stay positive. Even when you are having a difficult parent to deal with, just don't let that drain you. Don't internalize the negativity. Just try. It's hurtful, it's painful, but just try to be positive. And it's your life, guys. It's your life. Work on your self-confidence, work on your self-esteem. God created you for bigger and better things. Don't let your parents suppress that because of all the negativity they put in your life. Go live a big life. Go live a big life. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.